Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to StrattCast. My name is Josh, and ever since I was a little kid, I've really liked cars. Hot Wheels, Matchbox, RC cars. I had posters of cars on the wall. Uh, I just love cars. It's a passion of mine, and it's something that's continued as I've gotten older. As I've gotten older, buying cars has been a little bit different. Not really, just going to a store and buying, a dollar Matchbox car or whatever they cost now. But I really don't like the buying process. I hate going to a dealer. I usually am uncomfortable. I just feel like I'm not going to get a good deal and they're going to rip me off and I'll be stuck with a terrible payment. So I wanted to share a few tips and tricks that I've learned that have led to better experiences with a dealer. The first big thing is understand vehicle finance. There's an act called the Truth in Lending Act. This is there for your protection. This is consumer protections. This is to prevent unfair business tactics by dealerships and just give you protections and make sure you're not getting a bad deal or a bait and switch. There's still things that dealers can do, but this will help you out. You have some protections with this act. So learn it, get to know it as best you can. It's something that I'm still learning, but it will benefit you. The next thing is when you're looking at a car, focus on a budget. You may not be able to afford $1,000 a month for a brand new car. Maybe you can afford $250 for a used car. Whatever it is, find a budget and stick to it. Just remember, there will be additional charges when you go to a dealer. Documentation, license, tax, all these different things. Just plan for an additional $2,000, maybe more, but just so you're aware. So the big things I do when I go into a dealer is all preparation. It's all education before I even get to that point. So the first thing I do is I write down a list of things that I have to have in a car. I live in Utah. Winters are cold. I hate getting in a cold car. So one of my requirements was heated seats. So my car has heated seats. If a car I was looking at didn't have it, I walked away. That was one of my must-haves. One of the things that I would also write down are things that are nice to have or maybe you're indifferent about. I'd like to have dual climate control. My wife and I like different temperatures in the car, and that would help promote that. My car doesn't have it because I didn't want to pay the extra money. I stuck to my budget. So that's something I deal with and we figure it out. It's not ideal, but hey, it works. We found some compromise and it's great. Now you kind of know, okay, I know finance a little bit. I know the things I need to have in a car. Well, what kind of car do you want? What's the purpose behind it? If you're driving to Park City or Aspen in Colorado to go skiing, you probably need something with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Okay, great. Maybe you just need a commuter car. You drive 50 miles to and from work each day. Okay, you need a Toyota Corolla with really good gas economy. Fuel economy, 50 miles per gallon. Whatever it is, or maybe you want to buy an electric car. Cool. Write that down. That's the purpose for the vehicle. And you can have a multiple use vehicle. I have a Hyundai Tucson. It's a little bit bigger. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5". I fit into it all right. But until recently I did triathlons, I needed something to haul all my equipment. And that fit the bill. There's pretty good gas economy, pretty good cargo, and it was fairly comfortable for road trips. So it marked off those boxes for me. So just understand the purpose of the vehicle. Now you know, okay, here's the purpose and this is kind of the cars I need. Research those cars or the car type. And I mean that being, maybe you need a mid-sized truck and you don't care which automaker. Nissan, Toyota, or GM. Okay, well research those, find what fits you need best. Do that research. Okay, now you're prepared. Now you're going into a dealer. You have all this education, all this knowledge. That is the biggest thing is I have gone into dealers and I've had more knowledge than the salesperson about some of the vehicles. And sometimes they try and say things that aren't true about the vehicle. And I know it because I've researched so much where they say, oh, the fuel economy is this great. I'm like, well, it's rated for this. It's like, oh yeah, I can tow 7,000 pounds. I'm like, well, this particular one can only tow 6,500. Just be educated, no more than the dealer. And they'll understand it's like, oh, this person kind of knows what they're talking about. And if you get to the point where you want to buy it, you already know the financial aspect of it as well. So you've done all this work, you've done all this research. You're ready to buy a car, you go in, you're ready to sign the paperwork, you have the deal, but something doesn't feel right, walk away. You have all the power in this situation. It is your money, the car that you want to buy, and if something doesn't feel right, walk away. Say no. Just say, nope, I'm done. Walk away, leave the lot, drive home. Most lots have a 7-day deal policy where they'll hold the value for your trade or anything else. But you have the power to say no and walk away, do more research and say, okay, I'm comfortable with that, or do more research. Hey, no, I don't want that for this reason. Well, you're educated, it's your money, walk away. Another big thing that I have done that I did almost skip is test drive the car. See how it drives, see how it feels. Maybe something's broken. Used cars are sold as is, and they don't necessarily have to disclose everything. It's kind of shady, but that's why it says as is, and there may be, hidden problems. I test drove a brand new car. It was the Chevy Blazer. I liked the look. I liked everything about it, except for the driver's seat. That's important. You're driving a car, that seat is uncomfortable. Why are you going to torture yourself while you're driving that car? So that was dropped off my list. So just be educated. And if all else fails, say no and walk away. Those are some of the tips and tricks that I've learned. It's worked pretty well for me. There may be more I need to learn, especially with Truth in Lending Act. But just educate yourself. And if you're not rushed, take your time. Find the exact car you need. When I bought my car, I was a little bit rushed, and I was able to find a lot of the things that were must-haves. Some things I had to drop off because of the budget and different things, but I still feel like I got a pretty good car to fit what I needed. So hopefully you're not in that situation, but you have the power. Again, it's your money. Say no. If it doesn't feel right, say no and walk away. So these are some of the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years buying a handful of cars. Hopefully they help you. I appreciate you checking out StrattCast, and I hope to see you next time.